Welcome back, everybody. We have another review. We have the Bulin energy saving pot, the S2400 1.5 liter energy saving pot. So let's take a look at the box. The box is a little moist. It's a little wet. The box, the Amazon box this came in, I purchased it off Amazon, was outside. And we had another nice little rainstorm, so it got a little wet. That's okay. Didn't hurt anything inside. That's all I care about. But just give you a little look at everything here. And there's nothing on the bottom of the box except moist cardboard. So let's get into this guy. Now, I've been eyeballing these type of pots for a while, and it was going to be this one or the one made by Fire Maple, which is also a 1.5 liter pot. And this is for my winter kit that goes inside my truck. I know it's late August, but I'm already updating my winter kit. Okay. So there's the pot. We got a nice little mesh bag here with it. Let's take a look at these tags. Oh, they're moist too. Okay, these must be inspection tags. Alright. Seen enough of that. Let's look at the pot. So it's got that thermal, I don't know, heat sink technology that like Jetboil and them use. The construction seems fair. I paid $24.99 for it on Amazon. And I was looking at this one and the Fire Maple one. And the reason I went with this one is because the Fire Maple is $35.99, and this was $24.99. So this is a good 10 bucks cheaper. They're both made of aluminum. About the only downside to this one that I can see is I don't see measurements, graduations punched into the side of it. So, oh, that's nice. The ring stays up. Oh. And they give you a little sponge and scrubby to clean with. That's nice. And we'll take a look inside the pot. As you can see, there's no graduation stamped anywhere on the pot. So you would have to measure your water out with another device, but this is for my winter kit. And the reason I wanted this pot was, worst case scenario, I get stranded somewhere and I have to melt snow for water. Now, before you say, well, you don't live in Alaska, you only live in Michigan, how could it be that bad? Let me tell you a little story. So a few years back, we had the worst snowstorm of the year. We at least have one every year that screws up everything and shuts down everything. There were people, I think there was something like 300 accidents in less than an hour. It was insane. It was a combination of snow and ice. It shut everything down. People got stranded in places. If you put your car in a ditch, you probably had 4 to 6 hours to wait for a tow truck. The tow trucks were maxed out trying to help everybody. It was insane. So my idea has always been, hey, if I get stranded somewhere and I gotta wait that long, I want a way to get some water. I always carry some Mountain House meals, dehydrated meals in the truck. So with this large volume pot, 1.5 liter, I could melt some snow to make myself something to eat, or melt some snow for something to drink. Okay? So that's the idea here. So let me bust out my stove that I'm going to have with this, and let's see how long it takes us to boil 2 cups of water, my standard. So once I get that set up, I'll bring you right back. almost forgot we gotta weigh this guy. So, the Bulin pot with lid, 10 7/8 of an ounce. In metric, 307 grams. Now it's just the pot and lid. That's not their little scrubby that they bring with it. So now we can move on to the boil test. I'll bring you right back when we are set up for that. Alright, we are set up for a boil test. We are going to be using the Camping Moon XD1 turbo stove, and we are running propane on this bad boy. We got the Bulin pot. We got 2 cups of water in here measured out. And the temperature of that water, let's see what we get. 78.2 degrees, a little tepid. Not cold, not warm, somewhere in between. So, get my clock over here, and let's get this sucker lit. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and dim this center light and dim the ring light. Now I'm just going to turn that ring light off. And can I go any lower on that light? Nope, that's as low as it goes, so we're just going to shut it off. Oh yeah. We got backlighting, so that'll work. So let's bring this up temperature. Let's put this bad boy on. And let's see if this, there we go. I got it open wide. We started the timer. Let's prop that up so you guys can see it. Got it centered now. It was a little off center. Wow, I'm already starting to get bubbles. That's crazy. Let me readjust this camera so you guys can see in there. I might have to turn this on and this on. Okay. Look at that. We're already getting a little bit of steam and bubble action already. And we're only a minute in. See that? 1 minute. 10 seconds. Oh my God, it's boiling. Wow. 205, 213, yeah, it's boiling. So what was that? 1 minute, 15 seconds? That's insane. Bring this down to a simmer. I think I can go a little lower. Holy smokes, folks. That's impressive. So yeah, I guess this heat exchanger technology works. That's pretty fast. That would definitely save on fuel. It's coming, the steam's coming out under the rim. Ooh, burnt myself a little bit instead of this hole as much. They really need to add more holes to this. But let me shut this down. I'm going to let everything cool off. And we're going to do that boil test again because I want to confirm that. That was crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, let everything cool off, get a new batch of water, and we're doing that again. Alright, we're back for round 2. We're going to do a second boil test because I just cannot believe we got a boil on that water in under 2 minutes easily. So, once again, the Camping Moon XD1 turbo stove, my new favorite canister stove. We're running butane with that, with the adapter. Our Bulin 1.5 liter heat exchanger pot made of aluminum. And the water we have in here is 75.9 degrees, so it's a little cooler than what we had before. And that will, I think, work out quite fine. So, let's get this show on the road. All right. I want to make sure I get this nice and centered like I did last time. Okay. And we have started. I'll go ahead and kick my lights back on because the real show is what's happening inside the pot. I'm just going to leave this lid off because we're already getting bubble action. I mean, look at that. We are 30 seconds in, and they're already getting bubble action. (142 degrees already at 40 seconds in. One minute. (167 degrees at 1 minute. And we're at 1:15 right now. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we're just going to call that a boil at 1:26. Yeah, we're just going to say a boil. I'm going to bring that back down. Get that as low as I can get it. I don't think I can get it any lower than that. So, wow, under 2 minutes. And this time, the water was colder than before. Oh, look at that. That's kind of neat. So where the heat exchanger is connected, you can see those weld marks. That's where the majority of the heat is coming up through the pot. That heat exchanger is working exactly as advertised. That's kind of neat. Alrighty then. That's weird. Thought I detected an odor, but I don't really smell anything now. Oh well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get all this cleaned up, wash out the pot really good, and bring you all back for my final thoughts. Alright, so let's talk about this pot. Let's go over some pros and cons and my thoughts. Pros. This pot absolutely does what it's advertised to do. It gives you quick boil times to help you save fuel. Nobody can doubt that. The thing boils really fast. Okay, it's pretty sturdy construction for aluminum. I mean, I was surprised. I'm putting quite a bit of force, and I'm not warping it or denting it. And I think it has a lot to do with how this heat exchanger ring is constructed and how the pot is constructed. It's surprisingly tough for aluminum. Okay. So, quick boil times. You save fuel. It's lightweight, pretty sturdy for aluminum, and it does exactly what it says it does. So, let's talk about some cons. It's aluminum. There's still a lot of debate over whether or not aluminum cookware causes health issues. I'm not going to get into it. I am not a health expert. Talk to your doctors. So that's something to consider. It's aluminum, so I could see denting this if you're not careful in an outdoor situation. It certainly can't take the abuse that stainless steel can. So you got to keep that in mind. There are no measurements inside this pot, no graduation at all. That's a big negative. Okay. When I was back doing the boil test, I thought I smelt something funky. Like I said, wow, there's a funky smell. Well, off camera, I filled this up a couple more times and did a few more boil tests, and I smelled that funky smell every time I lifted the lid. Okay, now I already washed this with Dawn dish soap pretty good. So I took it back with some water, Dawn dish soap, and a little bit of baking soda, and I went in here with a sponge and scrubby, and I really went to town on it. Alright, I spent a good 15 minutes scrubbing this down and rinsing it. Then I came back and I did 2 more boil tests. Funky smell is gone. So there was probably some remnant of the manufacturing process still inside this pot. Now I don't know if that was from the when they formed the pot. I know they use certain oils, but they have to be food safe oils when they draw this pot in a big press. I don't know if it was from that or from when they anodized this, because this is anodized aluminum. So it could have been from either process or both, and there was a funky smell in here. Now, I do remember when I was reading reviews, when I was deciding on this one or the Fire Maple 1.5 liter pot, that there was somebody that was complaining about this pot having a funky smell. Well, I can say that if you wash it with a good dish soap and a little bit of baking soda and really go to town on it, that funky smell is gone now. And I boiled 2 times in here, lifted the lid, smell is gone. So that might be a con. It needs more drain holes in the lid. See how we got this one hole? We need a series of drain holes on either this side or this side so you can use it like a strainer. I would consider putting holes right here. I can take care of that because I got a drill. Not a big deal. That's probably the first modification this pot's going to get. So all in all, I'm impressed. I'm surprised. I honestly thought I was going to get this pot and it was going to be flimsy and I wasn't going to be happy with it, and I was going to do a review and then I was going to package it up and send it right back to Amazon. However, I'm not. I'm keeping it. I'm pretty impressed. This silicone coating that's not only on this part of the lid but on the handle never got hot, and you see how quickly this thing heated up, and I could feel the heat radiating off the sides here and out these holes. And That's the other thing, man. The flame from the XD1 turbo stove was just blowing in here. And this whole ring was just, I mean, it was absorbing all that heat and then pushing the hot air up and around that part of the pot. It's just amazing how well that works. I'm pretty shocked. Pretty shocked. So, I would recommend it, but I would keep in mind the cons. You need a way to measure how much water you got, especially when you're rehydrating meals. And you don't have a way with just this, so you're going to have to take a measurement instrument of some kind with you. And needs drain holes in the lid. Other than that, not terribly bad. I'm pretty impressed. The handle locks and stays locked. I never once felt like this handle was going to come undone. I mean, it's on there. You really got to squeeze and push to get that to unlock. And when it locks down, you could almost hang it by the lid. I don't think that's going to come by itself. I mean, look how that locks up. That ain't going nowhere. The handle is well done. They give you a little scrubby little sponge to go with it. Your carry bag. For 24 bucks or $24.99, I think it's worth it. And this is going to be the core of my winter kit. That, the Camping Moon XD1 turbo stove, and some propane. So now we got to wait for winter, because when winter comes, we're going to revisit this pot and we're going to try melting some snow, and we're going to see how well it works. So I hope I'm still around this winter, and I hope you are too. And I give the Bulin 1.5 liter pot, heat exchanger pot, a thumbs up. It works. So that's it. And I'll see y'all later out in the woods.